Who was the last main eventer to debut on Monday Night Raw in Madison Square Gardens? I can't remember. And every single match we have talked about for Javon Evans for the last 6 months has arguably been a 4.5 or 5-star match. And that boy is debuting on Monday Night Raw in MSG. Literally one of the greatest arenas or stadiums in the world. That says a lot for what the stock they have in Javon.
How much of this retirement tour booking, and I want to get back to something that you just said because I want to get the chat's take on it, because I personally don't believe, and we'll get to it in a bit, I personally don't believe John Cena's retirement tour was ever ruined. I don't think it needed. I feel like we've gotten everything that we thought we were going to get to this point. That was in the realm of possibilities that the WWE had to offer. But do you think that John Cena's retirement tour booking has ever been influenced by TKO rather than Paul Levesque in WWE's creative? Because if it is, I don't know if we're going to get the younger route that, you know, the passing of the torch to someone that's brand new and can use a win that's going to skyrocket them to the top. I feel like we're going to get either a dream match that we weren't expecting or an already established guy that's going to get the big rub.
So I'm going to go a different route to answer your question. Okay. I think the John Cena retirement tour was ruined by us, the fans.
Oh, yeah.
Because of The Rock's influence on social media and how much he's on social media and the things he sees. So his mindset is, oh, this is what the fans want. Okay, this is, I think, the avenue we should go. This is where he goes to Mark Shapiro. This is where he goes to Nick Khan. This is where he goes to Triple H and says, okay, well, this is the avenue I think we should go. We turn John Cena heel, blah, 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 blah. Rock can't follow through. Travis Scott issues happen where WWE parts ways with Travis Scott. That whole story, the crazy, at this point, I think Cena was going to leave with the title at this point. But shit happens and we're here now. So to answer your question, I think we as the fans and the content creators and the dirt sheets ruined what was going to be the John Cena retirement tour because of The Rock's influence. And in turn, the likes of Michael Hayes, Triple H, I cannot remember Abyss's real name, but Abyss and Bobby Roode and all the production team and the producers that run the show turned around and said, this is our story now. And we're not going to let you guys mess with this anymore. We're going to go with this with the way that pro wrestling has always been booked, and it's booked for the long term and not for the shock value. And I think Triple H's interview the other day, can't remember what program he was on, but he basically said those exact words were, we book for what the business is and not for the shock value. I think that's where the John Cena retirement tour shifted.
I feel like this is an instance where the shock factor would cancel itself out, because after December, this whole John Cena story is over. And now you have to start building for WrestleMania 42 without John Cena. So, like, to me, if they find a way and You Think You Know Me hits on December 13th, like, everybody would be in shock and awe and love it, right? Like, nobody would be second guessing, well, it should have been Gunther, it should have been Braun, it should have been Obafemi. Like, everyone will enjoy that moment. even if it's just for that one night and it doesn't advance any story, it doesn't advance any career. It's just one final time, one of the greatest rivalries in professional wrestling, going at it one final time in their high 40s, right? I would have been curious to see what John Cena's heel run would have been like if The Rock and Travis Scott were involved the whole time. Maybe John Cena would be a heel right now at the WWE Championship.
Oh, of course.
And
I
they
think he would too.
A lot of people would argue that it's John Cena. They got to turn him babyface eventually. The fact that The Rock and Travis weren't involved made it the most sense in the world for John Cena to turn back babyface. And who better to turn John Cena babyface than John Cena himself, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, my next question is, what would John Cena's retirement tour look like if they never turned him heel in the first place? Because you and I both agree that's one of the top 3 moments in professional wrestling. That turn, the turn itself was unbelievable. However, for the people that say that his retirement tour was ruined, yeah, I mean that was a blimp on the radar because we had Hollywood Hulk Hogan expectations of like John Cena is going to be remembered for his heel run, right? After 25 years of being the squeaky clean Superman that did all the Make-A-Wish, the most Make-A-Wish wishes in the history of Make-A-Wish. We were going to forget about that. And John Cena was going to go on this terror run as a badass heel, and it just didn't happen. But on paper, Steve, we got John Cena versus Randy Orton one final time. We got John Cena versus CM Punk one final time. We got to see John Cena versus Cody Rhodes multiple times for the first time since Cody Rhodes has been a mega superstar in professional wrestling. We got to see John Cena win his 17th World Heavyweight Championship to beat Ric Flair's record. We got to see him main event WrestleMania one final time. We got to see him be a heel, which we never thought we were going to see at all. We got to see him share the ring with The Rock one final time in that moment. We got to see him, we didn't really get any match with Seth Rollins, but we got a couple of run. We got the Elimination Chamber. They went at it. There was the Night of Champions. Rollins tried to cash in when Cena was the champion. We got to see John Cena for a second there, get in the ring with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed that night. We got to see John Cena take on Logan Paul, which, in my opinion, was one of the best matches on this whole retirement tour. We got to see John Cena versus AJ Styles one final time, and what's one of the top 5 matches of the year. He did a tribute to Bray Wyatt with a Sister Abigail. We've got to see him do moves of his past rivals, Edge, Roman, Punk, Wyatt, Walls of Jericho. We've gotten all of these great things, and now to top it off with 3 dates remaining, we got to see him face Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship, and we got to see him win the Intercontinental Championship. So, on paper, we've gotten everything that was on our wish list. No?
Yeah. Well, absolutely, and I just want to touch back quickly. The Dominic Mysterio match, it was a phenomenal match. I want to touch on this quickly because this is going to be a separate video. We're going to be breaking this entire live up into separate videos across the week. But I want to say this. For Monday Night Raw, this felt like a PLE. This Monday Night Raw felt like a PLE.
Cinema. John Cena wins the Intercontinental Championship to kick off the show. To kick off
the show.
Cinema.
Yes. To kick off the fucking show.
To kick off the show. He has a backstage interaction with Ray. He has a backstage interaction with Cody. We get the payoff, not the payoff, but Logan Paul officially joins the Vision.
Yep.
CM Punk, Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes. He called him. He's like, hey, Regal. And out comes William Regal to announce War Games for San Diego with Punk, Rhodes, Jey Uso taking on the Bronze and Logan Paul. One can assume that Roman Reigns is coming back at Madison Square Garden. One can assume that John Cena could be joining them as well. Yep. One can assume that a Beast is on his way as well on Paul Heyman's side. So War Games is shaping up to be one of the most massive War Games matches ever. We got the most beautiful, no pun intended, the most beautiful heel turn from one of the most beautiful women on the planet, Nikki Bella, turning on Stephanie Vaquer tonight. I'd love to see what the chat says about that, because apparently Steve tells me that you guys don't like Nikki Bella, and you're wrong.
It's my chat.
Nikki Bella is one of, if not the most classiest lady in sports entertainment today.
Chat just blowing up.
Undoubtedly.
Chat blowing up right
Undoubtedly.
now.
And I will second what Steve said on the stream earlier tonight when it happened. There was no better city than Boston, Massachusetts to make this turn. The crowd was hot.
Were you
John,
watching the stream or did you see the reaction?
They were chanting. What were they chanting? Like Cena left you?
That's why he left you or something like that.
Yeah, like Cena left you or something like that. But you said it best, Steve, and I got to give you props to where it's due. You're not the biggest Nikki Bella guy, but you saw the writing on the wall. Nikki Bella turning in a city that was going to be on top of her regardless. And they did it right. Now we're going to get Nikki Bella versus Stephanie Valcour for the Women's World Championship. And she looked great with that belt, Steve. She looked great with the gold. And I can't wait to see her face Stephanie Valcour. Maybe she'll win. I don't think she'll win, but maybe she will. And I'd love to see it. Yeah, I mean, that was a big moment that we were suspecting for like a month now. Because Nikki Bella's just, I will say this for the chat. Nikki Bella is a way better heel than she is a baby face because she can lean into that hate that everybody gives her online. She's not the best actor. She's not the best promo artist, but she makes up for it with class, dignity, and beauty. So I will say that. The one thing about this show I will say, Steve, is that the tag team match ending the show was kind of anticlimactic.
Wait, what?
In my head, anyways. Like,
are we about to fight here? Like, because this is wild.
If we were to go back and Triple H, Paul Levesque laid out the entire storyline for the show. John Cena is going to take on Dom Mysterio, and he's going to win the IC title. Cody Rhodes is going to save CM Punk and Jey Uso from the Vision, and they're going to set up War Games, and William Regal is going to announce War Games.
Yeah.
Nikki Bella heel turn against Stephanie Valcour.
Okay.
I just don't think the women's tag team match would have been the main event out of those four options.
Okay. I see where your idea is there, and we're not going to argue about this.